So here we are again. I was planning to just roll on and try to go through the years, but I think it's important. I've made some notes and what have you. I'm doing this to try to get answers, try to understand, and I think the best thing is to try and go back what I've gone through. It goes through my head, and I forget, then I remember, and I'm like, oh. So again, like with the last video, I mentioned routine. So routine is one of the words definitely taking through this experience of what I'm doing, and at the end of it, it's about to be in my list of words and understandings. So again, like I said, in the younger years, prior 11, you have more of a routine, I think, with school, primary school, because things are more the same-ish, apart from on a yearly time they change, but not necessarily daily or weekly. You tend to do the same. So outside of school, within family, is the routine when it changes. As examples, so important part is we used to go on holidays. So prior to 11s, I think it was more like Cornwall, Isle of Wight and stuff, and my there was always a change in my behaviour, especially when going on holiday. I remember it was no particular reason, but felt so overwhelming trying to take in the information of somewhere new. So it was like new surroundings, I suppose, new bed, new new cooker, new fridge, people around, buildings, and whatsoever. So like I said, everyone and got overwhelming. My behaviour, I remember that I used to be a bit of a I suppose I have a mini meltdown. Never realised it. All these younger years, especially, I didn't realise I was different. That I was affected by certain things. So yeah, so with a routine, clearly there was school stuff which was talked about, and again when we did something new, so going on holidays, just different surroundings, it was just too much, overwhelming. So that's a big thing to look out for, and a big point I got down. So we've got the language and speech. So again, inside school, I've mentioned that quite a bit on the other videos with the speech therapy and whatsoever. Out of school, so again with friends around the streets and stuff like that, around the streets, I did get the mick taken at me a little bit because of my speech therapy. Not necessarily bullied, because I had a older sister, I had an older brother and sister, but she would have sorted them out. No. So yes, for 3 times, like I say, it was nothing major, just a few bored peers, should we call them. So yeah, so I had a little bit of that and whatsoever. But again, like I said, I never used to speak too much, to a certain extent, communicate, but in and out of school, I obviously had I had a problem with pronouncing words and stuff like that, and obviously with my speech and stuff, it would tend to be, if it was something of my main interest or something I knew, like let's say football, I could go blah 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 blah, and I sort of like a giddy speaker, a fast speaker, and I'm not listening to a certain extent. It was always a one-way conversation, and if you would say something that was different to what I was saying, I didn't understand why would it be. No, I'm right because I thought this through. I what I said it. It was no time to think, just speak what I speak. So like I say, I was quiet or giddy speaking, should we call it. Engagement and two-way conversation. So yeah, so within school, similar, if not the same, to out of school. So out of school, with friends in the streets and stuff. So if there's a group of people, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it was, and I know them because they're neighbours and whatsoever, I would want to be there, but I would be sort of like on the edge. I would connect myself. So I think I'd find the face I recognise most and sort of stand with them. I try to be with them. I don't think I'd say too much. My communication, conversation wasn't there, but I would try to be there, but on the outskirts of the group, so to say. I could walk through the middle of it, but it didn't mean I'd say anything. I think blank faces expressions, and it wasn't about thinking. I think I remember. So if I go outside and do that, it wasn't, oh, what should I walk over there and no, I'd sort of like just be there, or be here, be there, and sort of like a blank expression to a certain extent, unless there was a game going on, whether it was hide and seek or football and what have you. And then, like I say, I get involved in the runabout giddiness and what have you, and always sort of like try to get involved with that. But if once it stopped and once we weren't doing anything, it was, I was in a big open world, is a different world, quiet, laid back, held back conversation. So yeah, being a kid and playing was what drove the days on to a certain extent. Being a kid, so being a kid for me is not thinking really, not having to worry about things, just play, out, run, get giddy, hyper. As I mentioned, connecting to one person, I always do that, so whether it was in school, so again, normally so if I needed help, or the person who played football, or at school as well. So again, if we was playing a game of hide and seek and you was in groups, something, I'd connect myself with a good one, someone who knew what they were doing, so I could copy, I could follow them to a certain extent. So again, within these times, talking about, are we talking about a lad who can't communicate and his communicates rubbish, which means he stays at home and hides in his bedroom, but if he goes out and he's with a group of people, he can communicate, he's out with them. That sort of comes across me, and I'm like, no, totally wrong. Again, like I said, when I was the younger years, nursery man, my mum, I used to always grab hold of her leg. I wouldn't leave to go and play with people, especially straight away. It was hard. When we went on holiday, I'd be by her side. I'd be the last one to go and play, to go and join in, to go on the climbing frames and whatsoever. So I just sort of like struggled to get away from going into that group. But just because when I went outside, I was with a group of people who I knew, didn't mean that I could communicate. I was on the edge. I was there because I thought I wanted to be there, but I didn't know how to be there, what to do. So I think a lot of it was a bit like, I was quite quiet. Unless something came up, I was giddy. Or I knew what something was. Again, back in them days also, going to the shops with mum at weekends, I guess. Hated it. Can't go in a shop, especially a busy shop. Again, it's different, new surroundings, people. It feels overwhelming. A lot of time younger, dizzy, headaches. And again, connected with shop, bit of panic, fear, hot flushes. So go shopping, all like that. So stand outside, hopefully in a cool breeze, what have you, if I've been in and what have you. But like I say, going into shops for whatever reason it is, whether it's just overwhelming people, I'm not sure. No thoughts go through my head. I'm not thinking, oh no, there's people. I just go in, and it's like, I just need to get out. Hot flushes, and not feeling too good. And obviously sometimes if Dad wasn't, I was just with Mum, I couldn't stand outside on my own at my younger years, so I used to have to go around the shop, and it was horrible. I just couldn't wait to get out. And that was, again, I weren't thinking about anything. I don't know why, but that's one of the other things which I, obviously all these things I'm talking about now is got to make a note of them. I've got to link them on to other things, and I've got to work out how understanding these things can help me in today, tomorrow and the future. talking about the hot sweaters and stuff like that. They hated wearing jumpers, big woolly coats being wrapped up, hated it. I'd take it off, even if I weren't wearing a jumper, wearing normal clothes. As soon as I get home, I'd normally, I guess, strip into my boxer shorts and a t-shirt, or maybe put shorts on, football shorts if we had some space, so put football shorts on. I wouldn't keep any sort of jeans on or trousers. All comes off. I think even my socks came off and whatsoever. Once inside the house, it was just uncomfortable wearing clothes to a certain extent. I always hated it, and especially jumpers, because again I think it's getting hot and I guess itchy. Not all jumpers were itchy, but I think it was more of a heat for hot, feeling hot, and I'm not sure, but like always turn it off. So again, within, whether it was going on my holidays or going into shops or doing something, again I get irritable, and like I say, and my behaviour patterns did change. I wouldn't say massively. Going on holidays it did a lot. I think I'd have a burst, but like I say, there were still changes day on day out, depending on what I did in my younger years. And these things I mentioned, like I say, do repeat themselves, and I need to match them all together, because majority of it, if not all of it, is I don't know why. I don't think before these things happen. I don't think about something and then, oh, it's happened. It's I don't think about, oh, this group of people there, oh no, I cannot talk to them. I honestly don't know what it is, but I think identifying the problems, hopefully can help with some more solutions, or some solutions, and like I say, hopefully other people will identify these keywords, I'll call them again, and like I say, please share experiences, thoughts, and coping strategies. More than happy to receive any of that. But yeah, I'll leave it here now, because I think I'm just about to jabber on and go on, because I'm trying to think and I'm like getting stuck and thinking, like I say, I've wrote some things down. Thinking is hard work. I think it's along with a two-way communication, having a long or a proper social two-way communication. I'm thinking of the two hardest things, which really don't know why, but I struggle with. But yeah, okay.